The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delit Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Workshop focusing on historical buildings information modeling. Rehabilitation of disadvantaged citizens in Halhal. India and Russia signs multiple agreements across the key sectors. And Germany receives Israel missile system. Proceeding with our reports. The Commission of Culture and Sports branch in the Northern Red Sea region, in collaboration with the Northern Red Sea Administration, organized a workshop aimed at sharing experience on historical buildings, information modeling in the port city of Massawa from 20 November to 3rd December. At the workshop, in which Ms. Asmarat Abraha, governor of the region, and other regional officials took part, 9 research papers were presented focusing on the general and historical background of the architecture, cultural heritage management, as well as earthquake situation in the Northern Red Sea region. Speaking to Irina regarding the historical buildings information modeling in the port city of Massawa, architect Tesfai Barahi from the US said that the practical activities supported by modern technology was the continuation of the workshop in a very important of the documentation and deeper understanding of the buildings. Engineer Barihu Takhlaab from the Office of Heritage in Asmara said that the opportunity they were given to use the information and modeling activities carried out the rich documentation at Massawa municipality since 1938 has greatly motivated them, indicating that Massawa, inhabited for over 1,300 years, have developed into a important port of the region and global significance. Mr. Yotam Gazai, head of the Northern Red Sea Museum, said that the workshop will make significant contribution in establishing an information system and designing the renovation of the historical buildings. The Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare rehabilitated 10 disadvantaged families in Halhal subzone by providing them with livestock. Mr. Walday Ar-Adom, head of the office branch, indicated that the beneficiaries' families are from the administrative area of Halhal, Mayawalid, Gabe Alabu, Fankshabku, Malabso, Rihay, Kerset, and Inkobret. Mr. Girmatzion Abraha, administrator of the subzone, noted that supporting disadvantaged families is one of the noble values of the Eritrean people and called on beneficiaries to improve their livelihoods through the development of their livestock. Mailafo and Samamo junior schools in Adokhala subzone have encouraged outstanding students who scored high mark in the 8th grade national examination of 2024-2025 academic year. Mr. Barakhat Burhane, director of Mailafo School, said that the outstanding students who sat at the national examination and over 90% scored passing marks, and most of them scored 80 points and above, and earning them an award presented. Similarly, 17 outstanding students from Samamo Junior School who scored over 80 points in the national examination were also encouraged. The awardee students, commending the recognition they received, expressed their conviction to work hard and become competitive in their future educational careers. The Ministry of Education branch in the Central Region provided music, dance, and drama training to teachers engaging in cultural activities. The training was provided to about 300 teachers, supervisors, and head of education offices in the subzone of the region. It covered basic music concepts, traditional and modern musical instruments, dance of the 9 Eritrean ethnic groups, as well as script writing and acting. Mr. Stefanos Gabrahawarat, head of the culture sports at the helm of Ministry Education branch in the Central Region, said that the cultural activities alongside academic education have significant contribution in inculcating noble cultural values and nurturing nationalism among students, and that the Ministry is earnestly working on this. Mr. Belay Haptagaber, head of the education office in the region, urged the trainees to practically develop the skills they acquired from the training. He also said that efforts will be exerted to address the shortage of cultural instruments that the school are currently facing. Straight ahead is our international news after the short break. Welcome back. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi have laid a groundwork for boosting the economic partnership between the traditional allies, with the countries signing a series of pacts to raise bilateral trade by $100 billion by 2030. After summit-level talks on Friday, Russia and India signed a dozen memoranda spanning infrastructure, energy, pharma, and media sectors. It is a matter of happiness that this acquaintance with you is more than 25 years old, Modi told Putin. The Indian leader added that the biggest strength between the two countries is mutual trust, and Modi also said that he has confidence that the countries would meet their $100 billion trade target before 2030. Russia pledged to ensure uninterrupted energy supplies to India. Moscow also tapped into a New Delhi expertise by establishing a major pharmaceutical plant in the Russian Kaluga region in collaboration with India, and Putin announced. The facility will produce high-quality anti-cancer drug. India is known as the pharmacy of the world, and the South Asian nation makes 60% of the world vaccines, supplies over 20% of the global generic medicines, and accounts for 60% of Africa's generics. Our last report. Israel has handed over the first operational Arrow 3 system to Germany on military at the formal ceremony at Air Force Base near Berlin. The move came as Germany takes a primary role in the EU's militarization drive under the pretext of the Russian threat, which Moscow has dismissed, saying it has no plan to attack the EU or NATO. Israel and Germany signed a government-to-government contract just over 2 years ago, and the Israeli has described as its largest ever defense export deal worth more than 3.6 billion euros. According to Israel, the deal marks the first time another country will have independent access in the high-end military asset. Germany, a long-time ally to Israel, supported Israel's military operation in response to the October 7th Hamas attack. The ensuing war has killed tens of thousands of Palestinians, according to health authorities last month, and Berlin resumed weapons export to Israel. The EU has increasingly used anti-Russian rhetoric to justify massive military expenditures. The Rearm European package presented in March aimed to mobilize up to 800 billion euros to expand the military of the EU nations. Russia has accused Western governments to stroke publicly fears to justify higher defense spending and more aggressive posture. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Workshop focusing on historical buildings information modeling. Rehabilitation of disadvantaged citizens in Halhal. Russia and India signs multiple agreements across key sectors. And Germany receives Israeli missile system. And that wraps up our series for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.